Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Thanks for joining us. And you picked a great day to be here. We're going to have some fun today. We haven't done just a fun show for a while. We have fun every show, but
right. That's what we're here for.
We're focused on fun today with maybe the greatest audio clips of all time. We'll also hit some stuff that has to be discussed, but mostly it's going to be an audio clip day. All right, so if you want to hear something, we've gotten a billion tweets since yesterday.
We have, and we already started, actually.
We have. Yes, we have. And you can call 888-900-3393 and tell us what your favorite is, if you'd like. But yesterday we had some more testimony, right? Yesterday was the final cross-examination of Stormy Daniels. Yeah. And so that was interesting. It got a little heated, and her story has changed over the years, which is interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So she kind of made it sound like it wasn't as willing as she said it was before, but I think now she's getting pressure probably from somebody to say, make sure you let him know that he forced you.
Yeah.
Like nobody would have sex with him willingly, right?
He stood in the room menacingly.
And he didn't, though. She did make that clear that he wasn't threatening in any way. He was just bigger. Thus the power dynamic. Well, wait. It doesn't matter how big he is if he's not threatening you.
Right.
Leave! And I guess part of her problem is she's embarrassed she didn't. Well, that's not his fault, right?
Correct.
First of all, if you even believe it happened, he says it didn't.
Right, which is what the judge claims is why he left it in, right? Is because that it's up to the jury to decide who's right, who's telling the truth.
The worst part about this isn't even germane to this case.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The judge left it in, simply saying that
he's terrible. He's terrible because why are you allowing this testimony?
Right.
Why? Should be a mistrial, and they'll appeal. I bet if he loses this, and maybe it will be thrown out. I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But boy, what a great witness that Stormy Daniels is. Did you see where Michael Avenatti did an interview from jail?
Avenatti, who was her lawyer, and he said he'd testify on behalf of Trump.
Yeah, he said that if anybody's guilty of falsifying business records, it's Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, it's her. And he said you only know she's lying when she's moving her mouth. So, I mean, okay, is his credibility ironclad? No. But who are you going to just throw this out? All right?
What are we even doing
Stop
here?
with this madness. It's ridiculous.
I didn't send this in, but I was looking at this chart showing Trump's favorability ratings, and boy, they have just been steadily climbing here in the last few months. And I think it's this. I mean, it's people see this for what it is. If it's not this, it's that FBI or these classified documents thing where the FBI set up the photo shoot at Mar-a-Lago and put like cover sheets to make it look like, this is so bad what Trump had in his possession.
And we kind of knew that, although now, I mean, it's
good
coming,
that it's getting a little bit more traction.
Yes, it's coming to light. But we knew that. We said it all along that, that one picture where they show all those boxes in the bathroom, all those boxes are not classified documents.
Thank you.
But they make a point of, that's classified documents.
And so that case has been put on pause indefinitely.
Correct.
By the judge.
Why isn't it just thrown out like Biden's was? Okay, we're done with Biden. He's too stupid. He doesn't remember. He's too old. We're not going to do anything about it. But it's okay to continue the madness with Donald Trump?
Yeah. I'm telling you, though.
Oh, man.
Jeffy has said this forever. The more you go after him and drag him into court on frivolous crap, that's another vote.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It sure is.
That is true.
I know he's not out campaigning, but this court case is
it might be the best campaigning he can do.
Absolutely.
Sitting in that courtroom.
Comes out of the courtroom, does a quick presser.
Yeah.
Gone.
And this weekend, he's going somewhere where they expect 40,000 plus people to show up at his rally.
Oh, he's not being dragged into court on Saturday or Sunday?
No, amazingly no. So he's got to stop planned somewhere. I'm not even sure where. But I read the billboard on Fox that 40,000 are expected.
Right.
You think Joe Biden could bring
No way.
40,000 people for
way.
anything
Oh my gosh.
anywhere?
Okay,
No.
I want you to.
No.
You're right. 40,000 are expected at this event. I'm going to let you guess what state. What deep red state is he expected to draw 40,000 people?
Oh, wow. Well, that leads me to believe it's New York.
Jeffy?
Michigan.
New Jersey.
There
Okay,
you go.
I was
Yeah,
closer.
Without
going over.
He's got to stay at his place. He's already
Yeah.
spent enough money on travel going back and forth to Florida. Now we got to stay at his dump over there in Jersey.
His dump.
This is good, though.
40,000 people in Jersey.
On some beach or something.
Really?
Wildwood Beach.
Love that.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. That is a beautiful.
Wildwood's
story.
nice. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so we're going to get to your favorite clips of all time. We got a list. We've got quite an extensive list. Some of these, most of them, I think we have, but not all of them, because
Some of them were lost in the big flood.
Right.
The 100-year flood.
Yes.
And so, what are you going to do?
What's that bet? About 2 years ago now? Has it been that long?
I think it's been longer.
When the first machine died?
We only have 97 more years to go before we have another 100-year flood. So
Yes, right. It's a good thing they only happen every 100 years.
Correct.
It really is. But let's start out with this from Nick, who requested this classic.
A cat can give birth to kittens in the oven. That don't make them biscuits.
Okay?
that is a classic.
That's a classic that you just can't argue with.
You can't.
A cat can give birth to kittens in the oven, but that don't make them biscuits.
I mean, facts are
And if
facts.
you hear that anywhere else, I mean, that's Quanell X, a local civil rights leader in Houston.
Yes.
They took it from this show. Because that was said on
right.
your
That was
show
said on
in
my
Houston.
show. Yes, exactly. Exactly right. He was a Malcolm X wannabe. He probably still is. I don't know. I haven't heard from Quanell X in quite some time.
Remember he did that police training session. Remember that?
Yeah, and it gave him
Yeah, it changed his
appreciation.
mind.
Opened his eyes to what cops go through in split-second decisions of life and death.
And good for him for admitting that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't the same person after that experience on the interview.
No, I don't think we ever heard a peep out of him after that. Yeah. Did we? It was like he just went silent. Okay, I've been wrong this whole time. I'm just going to shut up now.
Let me see what he's doing.
I mean, the saying still is true.
It still applies.
Yeah.
A cat can give birth to kittens in the oven. That don't make them biscuits.
It's true.
Yeah.
If a cat does give birth to kittens in an oven, they're still cats. They're still kittens.
They're not biscuits.
Okay? They're not biscuits. In order to make biscuits, you need dough, flour, that kind of stuff.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. Whatever the woman does to make them.
Whatever women do to make those biscuits, that's what you need. So, yes, a cat can give birth to kittens in the oven. What I've heard he was referring to there, because it's incomprehensible, is that if an illegal alien crosses the border into the United States and gives birth in America, that doesn't make them American citizens.
It's
hard for me to believe that was his point, but maybe.
Know.
I mean, if it was.
I mean, I like that idea that it was.
Love that idea. And it fits like a glove.
Yes,
it's the only thing I can think of that really fits.
Which makes me think that it's not true.
Right. And he was not a conservative.
Right.
But, some progressives were pissed off.
And they're starting to
illegals were taking their jobs.
Starting to be angry again.
Yes.
Over this border issue that we have going on.
They
this
surely
unlimited, hey, come on.
Yeah.
You're all welcome.
Just all come free and take as many jobs as you want, because we got nobody
take as much
here
money. We're just giving them money, giving them housing. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Do you want to visit the encampments, or do you want to save that? Because, boy, there's a lot of fun going on in New York and Denver.
Let's do that, and then we'll get back to some of your favorite audio clips. But this is where in New York?
Yeah, let's start with New York, because then we got to go to Denver, where it's even more fun. But yeah, here's what's happening in New York with illegals.
Queens, New York, standing outside a migrant shelter that is for men. This is a huge encampment back here, housing over 1,000 men from all over the world. Most of these men that you're seeing right here are from Africa and Venezuela. I want to show you right across the street from me is a baseball field. There's an elementary right there. a YMCA down the street right there. And beyond these tents is a senior citizen center. This is built in a neighborhood. All of these men here, right here, they need work. They want work permits so they can work. They entered into America illegally. Therefore, they cannot work.
Illegally.
And they're put in a neighborhood in Queens, New York. Could you imagine if this happened in your neighborhood? How would you feel? There were protests
because
in
I'm not a
these streets
xenophobe.
when this all came, but those protesters,
They have their own space.
nothing happened because this was still built here. The city is taking care of these men because this is a sanctuary city, and this is what is happening. Another result, having these open borders, all of these people have came. All they can do all day long is just sit and wait and
Or
hope
go
that
home.
they get a work permit someday.
You could go home.
And this insanity needs to stop.
You could go home.
It does.
Can we go
but it's
home?
not going to. Not under this guy, anyway. Not from Joe Biden. Maybe if Donald Trump is elected, it will stop. But it will not stop as long as a Democrat occupies the White House. It will not stop. So you better take that into consideration. November 5th. Please, buy all that is holy.
So that's Queens, across the street from the school and the ball field. Now let's go to Denver, Colorado, where it's also so fun.
All right.
The camp, as a collective, came up with a list of demands.
That came after a petition by city officials
Demands.
for migrants to move from this encampment near train tracks under a bridge to indoor shelters funded by the city.
This morning,
Ooh,
they
pretty.
sent
Look at the Palestinian
buses
flags. I
to
want
take
you to note
people
those.
over without presenting
Look at
that
all the
document,
Palestinian flags. You'll
and
see them.
without having any kind of signature for accountability.
That's
a
what
migrant
advocate V.
advocate.
Reeves says
Yeah.
the city responded
Great work
with
if you can get it.
instead of meeting the migrants' demands.
We've been offering time and shelter, basically just trying to get families to leave that camp and come inside.
John
Yeah.
Ewing with
Yeah,
Denver
yeah.
Human Services says shelter
Give 'em a
comes
house.
with its
Oh, look at
perks,
that
namely
garbage.
getting
Well,
out of these
Denver
conditions
has
outdoors.
It comes with 3
citizens
square meals
to
a day.
house
You
them.
can cook your own if you'd like to.
That
That's
is
right,
one of the
yeah.
main demands
Listen
by
to that.
these migrants who have had their grievances in the past
don't like the food.
about the food provided by the city.
There have been
Food
so many
sucks. Thanks
complaints
for the
about
free
the food
food. It
being
sucks.
spoiled or not being enough and
well.
malnutrition amongst
Go home.
children.
Migrants who do stay in shelters are often put on a path toward a work permit. Reeves says these
Incredible.
folks haven't received the same benefits.
They're not receiving any kind of official housing or
no.
immigration
Whose
document
fault
support,
is
which is
that?
incredibly
Pause it
necessary
for a
them
second.
to be.
I mean, they took the time to break into our country illegally, go all the way to Denver. The least we can do is get them a house to live in.
Thank you.
Food to eat indefinitely. Money to spend. This is outrageous.
I mentioned that
Outrageous.
Denver, and they're not alone, but Denver has offered, their citizens to house these immigrants. I can't imagine being okay with allowing a
Especially
family
if you have a
don't
family.
know
Yeah. And
who doesn't
how
speak
many of
the
them
language.
are families? Probably very few. They're usually just military-age men coming into your house. Are you going to take that chance? If you've got daughters, if you've got sons, if you have
Right.
anybody. I'm not. No.
No.
Wait, well, how irresponsible is that?
And not even, they're providing food, and I think I think they say that they'll give you, I don't know how much money you get per household when you allow a family to come in, but I don't know that it's worth it.
You know what could have prevented that? If they had never come here to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, they're already here.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. So then we
Right.
should finish this story. This is good stuff. Play the rest of this, please.
necessary for them to be able to navigate the bureaucracy around these systems.
Look at the
The
flags.
city says its own
3
offer
in that one
comes
shot,
with these
Palestinian
benefits.
What do you qualify for? What do you not qualify for? What might be something
Insanity.
that is a feasible path for you
Listen to
to
this.
success that is not staying on the streets of Denver? We try to compromise. We try to figure something out. At
Trash.
the end of the day,
Flag.
what we do not want is families on the streets of Denver.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so in all, the migrants sent a list of 13 demands
Okay.
to
Oh.
the city. The city, meanwhile, says
They've
it
got
is continuing
demands.
to send buses to this encampment for any migrants
Can
who
the
change their
buses go
mind
south?
and want to take that offer
Like,
for a
way
city-funded
south?
shelter, whether it be congregate or in a hotel.
So they
We're live in
they-
Denver. Helly
the
Ross,
migrants
Fox.
won't even get on the buses to go to the city shelters. I mean,
Oh, my gosh.
all right.
Okay, so here's a list of their demands.
All right.
This is what they're demanding.
Okay.
Migrants will cook their own food with fresh, culturally appropriate ingredients provided by the city instead of pre-made meals.
Okay.
Rice, chicken flour, oil, butter, tomatoes, onions, etc. Also,
They want the
people will
fresh-
not be punished for bringing in and eating outside food. Okay? Now, when you're bringing in fresh food, it's got to be refrigerated, so I don't know why they're not demanding refrigeration and electricity being
that's on the next
brought
list,
in.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, shower access will be available without time limits and can be accessed whenever. We're not in the military. We're civilians.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to them showering, by the way.
45 minutes, you think, is fair?
40,
Well,
well,
it says
there's no
don't
time limit.
Sorry,
No
don't
time
time
limit,
them.
yeah.
Okay.
12 hours if they want. Medical professional visits will happen regularly,
Wow.
and referrals / connections for specialty care will be made as needed.
We're not even guaranteed that. Stop.
Yeah.
All will receive the same housing support that has been offered to others. They cannot kick people out in 30 days without something stable established.
Okay.
This is absolute madness.
They break our laws to come here,
Yeah.
and then they make 13 freaking demands of the locals. Okay.
Like we exist just to serve them. Wow. There needs to be, number 5, there needs to be a clear, just process before exiting someone for any reason, including verbal, written, and final warnings. Number 6, all shelter residents will receive connection to employment support, including work permit applications for those who qualify.
I mean, we're stunned by these demands, but
Yeah.
isn't this what we're teaching every American
Yes.
today?
Yes, look at the dumbass college students.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't respect
Same
our
thing.
laws. Don't respect our Constitution.
Right.
Come here and demand free stuff. That's the new American way.
Consultations is number 7 for each person / family with a free immigration lawyer must be arranged to discuss / progress their cases, and then the city will provide an ongoing legal support system in the form of immigration document clinics and including transportation to relevant court dates. Jeez.
Get out my face.
Have we gotten to the Mercedes-Benz yet that we must provide for each of them? Number 8, the city will provide privacy for families, individuals within the shelter. Number 9, no more verbal or physical or mental abuse will be permitted from the staff, including no sheriff sleeping inside and monitoring 24/7. We are not criminals.
Actually, you are.
You are.
And won't be treated as such. Well, I'm sorry. Yes, you are. 10, transportation for all children to and from their schools will be provided until they finish in 3 weeks. What, are they going to school in Mexico? Because that's their school.
Transportation.
It's incredible.
That's going to
Back
be a
to
nice
Mexico.
commute. Yeah.
That's a nice
Yeah, I'm
commute.
willing to provide that, though, for you and the entire family.
One way.
One way. Number 11, no separating families, regardless of if family members have children or not. The camp will stay together.
Okay.
You can't make this stuff up. Nobody would believe it. The city, number 12, the city must schedule a meeting with the mayor and those directly involved in running the newcomer program ASAP to discuss further improvements and ways to support migrants. And finally, the city must provide all residents with a document signed by a city official in English and Spanish with all of these demands that includes a number to call to report mistreatment.
Gotta have a number.
Gotta
Gotta have a number.
You have to. I mean, that goes without saying. They didn't even need to write that one down.
Right.
That was automatic. Okay, this is the United States after all. We cater to everybody who breaks our laws.
I've got a number.
Oh,
for
except
them.
for citizens.
Yeah, right. I got a number they can call. It's 303-331-1110. That is the Consulate of Mexico, Denver.
There you go.
Location if you would like to reach out. It's just obscene.
I mean, it's just mind-boggling. Then they have the nerve to fly Palestinian flags in their
Right.
stupid
All over.
encampment.
Yep. Bizarro.
Wow.
World,
Wow. Unbelievable. That is incredible. Can you imagine going to Mexico illegally or Guatemala or Manala, Nicaragua or anywhere else on this planet, any other nation other than the United States of America, going there illegally, planting your ass right in some city park or whatever with a tent, you and a couple hundred of your friends. And then you start demanding they take care of you.
That's awesome.
You wouldn't even.
This is exactly why yesterday the Biden administration announced a new rule aimed at streamlining the asylum process along the southern border.
Oh, good.
So
good. Okay.
just relax.
How are we streamlining it? All you have to do is say, asylum! And you're in.
Yeah, well, this
is
move,
that streamlined enough for them?
Well, this move means that they are going to would allow immigration officials to more quickly reject asylum seekers.
Oh.
Yeah. So currently an immigration judge decides these types of asylum cases, but that can take years.
No.
The new rule could expedite the process.
It's not fair.
So it only takes days.
I want it to take minutes.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody said
That's demand number 14. I want this asylum process to be wrapped up positively on my behalf in minutes.
Also, to wrap up this illegal immigrant world, yesterday also, the El Paso District Attorney's Office said the judge is going to dismiss the charges against those hundreds of illegal immigrants that stormed the border. We saw the video.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
The border,
yeah, the rioters at the border.
Correct. 200.
Bye-bye.
200.
You're all fine. Don't worry about it. 211.
And the judge said, "Oh man, I don't have jurisdiction." So
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
And by the way, to your point, Pat, we wouldn't even think to go to another country and do that. That's how absurd this is.
That's
and make these demands, you know?
Yes.
And they realized that we are such an absurd country that
we will.
We'll read this news story and then we'll move on.
Then you got the two advocates standing there, talking to the news reporters about how we're trying to get this done for them because they've been very badly mistreated, and we need to get this taken care of. Are you kidding me?
It's that white guilt.
Well, yeah, absolutely. All right. We'll find out what Chip Roy had to say. He had a couple of things to say about immigration this week. We'll get to that in a second. But Mother's Day is Sunday. Have you taken care of that issue yet? Oh, man. Sunday! So for your mom, for your wife, for that special mother in your life. See how that rhymed? That could almost be a protest chant right there.
Good right there.
For your mom, for your wife, for that mother in your life.
That's perfect.
Of course, it's not angry enough. So, but get her flowers, and she deserves the best. So make sure the flowers come from Books. Books sends you flowers directly from the flower farm where they're grown, so they don't sit in some warehouse getting rotten while you're waiting on them to arrive. Right. It's fantastic. Books. They eliminate the middleman, and they're giving you 25% off. Here we are 2 days away from Mother's Day. You can still get 25% off. That's why I love Books so much. It's BOUQS. Their flowers cut fresh, sourced directly from the best flower farms. They have flowers grown on the sides of volcanoes in some cases. So rich soil and very, very fresh flowers. All you have to do is go online, pick the delivery date, and you're done. Mother's Day, again, Sunday. Don't miss this chance to thank your mom or your wife.
So what's the chant? Get your mom.
What's the chant?
Your mom.
Wow.
Your
mother. The people united will never be divided. Was that what it was?
No.
Books is it.
Go to Books.com. Use the promo code Pat. Get 25% off. BOUQS. Books.com. Promo code Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, there's a few people with common sense in elected office.
Count them on one hand.
Pretty much. One of those people that you can count, Chip Roy. Here's what he said about immigration earlier this week.
I mean, is anybody paying attention?
No.
To what's happening in London?
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to say it here on the floor of the House and get the scorn of people when I say you've got a massive Muslim takeover of the United Kingdom going on right before our eyes. They would say, Chip, well, what is wrong with that? Well, I've got some pretty strong concerns about Sharia law and whether that'll be forced upon the American people. In this case, the people of the United Kingdom. I've got pretty strong concerns about people who want to see Israel's destruction, who were happy about October 7th, who were elected in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Some might say that we've seen that here in the United States. Right. What are we going to do about that? We have 51.5 million people who are foreign-born in the United States. They have about 20 to 25 million kids. That puts that well over 20-some% of our population. It's the highest such number in the history of our country. Mm-hmm. People say, well, isn't that great? Is it?
Is it?
Are we teaching people about Western civilization? Are we teaching people about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the rule of law? Are we teaching them Western values? Are we teaching them God exists? Are we teaching them the importance of freedom? Or are we teaching an entire generation or two or three to run around complaining about what's wrong and why the entire world is against them because of their skin color, their sex, their supposed gender identity, whatever the hell category we create to make people have an excuse for not just stepping up and achieving the American dream?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dream, I believe, was the word he was groping for. Couldn't come up with it.
Listen, we're not going to let you get away with putting words in a congressman's mouth.
Okay. All right.
We don't know.
I don't know. Thank you.
The American dream.
I stand corrected.
We need another word. That
might have been dredge. The American dredge.
Dredge.
I don't know.
The American tree?
The American tree.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Jeffy's not sold on that one.
Really?
That's not right.
You're not. It's not right. What's wrong with it?
We got any more fun audio clips?
Yes, and we should do it because I'm getting really pissed right now. So
yeah.
should get back to some fun.
I mean, we've played one.
Yes,
what more do you want?
Yes, we have.
What more do you want?
All right, we had a buttload of requests for all manner of Al Sharpton clips.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we thought, what the heck? Let's put them all in one.
But resist we much. We must.
They're all jitty about a shutdown. The tortoise in the race. Then co-author of Hubris. U2 lead singer Bono. Fran Drescher. Sigourney Weaver. Suspect Jahar Tsarnaev. Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh. The show Rush Lombard hosts Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Is Mike Muckery yesterday. Antonin Scalia, Kim Kardashian, and the Republican candidates, both Cairo and Benghazi. We rank behind La Vita. First stop, Kazakhstan to college students in Beijing. He's getting lunch at Chipotle in Iowa. Maine is appropriate. The GOP's tax day giveaway to millionaires. Why was traffic problems email sent?
The Environmental Projection Agency. And what sequestration has done.
Right.
You know, that's my favorite right there.
I love it. Where he chokes on his own spit or whatever.
Has a hairball. Has a hairball. Nasty.
Hairball. Yeah. I have always loved, too, when he's trying to pronounce the terrorist's name.
Yeah.
Michael! It was Michael Zehoff Babo, I believe.
Yeah.
Michael Zehoff Billabong. Michael Zehoff Beetlejuice. Say that. Say Michael's Beetlejuice's name 3 times, and he will appear before you at Chipotle. But why was traffic email problem sent? We much and we must and we will much about that be. I forget what.
You know,
I have that somewhere.
That wasn't in there. When you put them all together, it makes them sound bad.
Yeah,
when you put them all together,
you're right.
Separately.
Thank you.
Separately, it's not too bad.
That was only 2 nights of shows. That was only 2 nights.
Unleashed.
resist, we much. We must and we will much about that be committed.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Awesome. If I remember right, he's staring right at the teleprompter for that.
Yes,
clip.
he is.
I mean, he's standing up on stage.
Yep.
It's just incredible.
And he still can't read
the guy still can't do it.
I don't know. Maybe he has vision problems as well.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's pretty weird. Either that or he just can't read.
It's
know
possible. Now, I've heard before, and I don't know that it was this show, but there was a show that called him Butt Stupid.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember who. I know. I don't know who.
We don't tolerate stupid shaming on this show, so it couldn't have.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that actually a thing?
That's not accurate.
Because that's not what I've heard.
We play clips from Democrats every day.
Well, that's true. That's true. Never mind. Got some tweets here. Angelo10 tweets, "Holy moly, Jeffy shaved. Looks much better."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got a haircut,
Look at you.
shave it
Yeah.
off. We
Good
talked
for
about
you.
it. It was
Haircut, shave and a haircut.
That's
6
right.
bits.
2 bits. Oh, inflation.
I don't know if you noticed, but Joe Biden's in office is 12 bits.
12 bits.
Lone Wolf 2965. But what if the kittens identify as biscuits? What now, smart guys?
Cat can give birth to kittens in the oven. That don't make them biscuits.
Yeah, well, we got to update.
Yeah, we do.
Our theory a little bit. Pat's Swifty Burner tweets, why isn't the government confiscating citizens' homes and giving them to illegal immigrants?
That's close.
Better yet, deport the citizens so there's more room for the illegals. Good point. Good point. It's the least we can do, right? They took
That's
the time
close.
to break our law, come into our country illegally. The least we can do is leave.
I mean, they're taking over buildings in cities saying these are for the illegals now. And you don't like it? Tough.
Yeah. Hotels, 4- and 5-star hotels have been purchased for them. And go ahead and occupy it.
Yeah.
Okay. Rock and roll G-Mom. I've been waiting for 3 years to get approved for disability. I guess I'm now a second-class citizen. Americans last.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's
tragic.
That's this administration for sure.
Yep.
Americans last.
From Dalton Bell, how about we let the Colorado winter help these invaders?
Bundle up, y'all.
And Chuck Shazam Bartowski. More fun sound clips, please. I'm getting depressed with all the illegal immigrant reports. Yes.
All right.
At
fine.
your service.
Don't lighten up on your demands. Don't be making demands.
That's for illegals.
Yeah.
And stupid college students. Okay? So leave us alone.
Oh, I did like Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost has advised the state's public universities that a law written to deter Ku Klux Klan demonstrations in that state could now be used to impose felony charges on students who wear face coverings while protesting the war in Gaza.
Oh, wow.
Bring it.
Okay.
I like that.
That's interesting, isn't it?
We're going to arrest them for being safe from germs. Okay. All right. Fine. Be that way.
Yeah. I'm glad you can make, something out of virtually anything. That's great. That's very, very helpful.
They're just trying to keep from being a super spreader is
That's
all.
right.
All right. So our next clip that's been highly sought after. Lots of people have tweeted and emailed about this one. It's from Alec Baldwin. Perhaps you can guess.
Oh, yeah. Classic, man.
Such a classic. This was from when he did the tryout or the training show. I'm not sure what was going on, but he was on this kick where he said anybody can do talk radio.
Correct.
He was in a little back and forth thing with Sean Hannity. And so I'm not sure if WPHT in Philadelphia said, oh, you want to give it a try? Or if he went to them. I don't know how
Either
this
way, but it was,
occurred.
it was a Sunday night.
Sunday night. They give
give
him
you
a
a shot. Here
producer.
you go.
This guy is not his producer. It's probably the normal person who's on that time of night.
Pissed, or the guy that does the regular talk shows, he's there Sunday night for the great Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
Pissed that he's got to be there.
And Alec
that's what I believe.
He thought it was going to be the easiest thing in the world.
The way this guy answers, I believe, it was like me, pissed that you have to be there.
Yes.
And
Yes,
so
it
when
was.
Alex started questioning him, he's like, thank you. Thank you. That's a chewing the fat rule. When I say his name, just Alec. If I were to say Alec Baldwin, that's a gunshot. Yeah, that's still the trial's upcoming. Anyway, in July. But I think that he was mad that he had to be there. That's why just right there.
The producer was pissed that he was there. I think so too. But here's what happened.
When can we take some calls, Ivan?
Whenever we want.
Do we have calls that are on there now?
No calls yet. No calls yet.
What number do people call to get on the air, Ivan? Do we have that number?
It's right there.
Right there.
No, do I have the call number in front of me? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I already told you that.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Do we have any calls yet there, Ivan? No calls. Let's read some more about Scientology. Is Sean Hannity a Scientologist? Alec Baldwin posing the big questions tonight here. Do we have any calls here yet, Ivan? None. Boy, it's just incredible.
I would pay to listen to this entire show.
Yeah,
these are the shows that you don't turn off.
And it was so bad.
You just don't turn it off.
He wound up calling his mom. That's who he talked to on that show. He called his mom.
I mean, just
whatever. Nothing wrong with calling your mom. I just don't recommend it on a talk show.
As a listener,
yeah.
I mean, when hosts start dying like that, at least in the old days, when talk radio had people that thought they could do it and couldn't, you don't call.
No, right. You don't want to help him.
How dare you?
Or you do call, but when he goes to you, you hang up.
I've done that a few times, too. I used to do that, too. They used to get so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
The one guy,
because then they think, okay, I've been bailed out.
The one guy used to get so mad, he would give the phone number, and then he would start talking to his producer.
Yeah.
And so when he's talking to his producer, that's when you call.
Yep.
So then nobody answers. It just rings and rings. Then he takes you live. Okay, we got a call. Click.
That's so great.
I called a talk show
You'd be
in
so
Atlanta
angry.
growing up right before they went to the news break, and you could tell they were desperate for calls because the host got on the line and just was like trying to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, hang on, we're going to really talk about this.
Get to you.
And he did his little opening spiel after the top of the hour news. He's like, now let's go to the phone. Click. Because I just know I wasn't talking.
I just got done talking to him.
So great. But Alec
my gosh,
he was going to be a superstar.
Yes,
in
and
talk
everybody's
radio.
going to call.
Last time, to my knowledge, he ever attempted it.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. The entire show would be fun to listen to because he's just dying.
We should get a hold of Sean's people because they shared a lot of it with me before, and I think it was in the old machine, and it's gone now.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd like to get it back.
Yeah,
because that's priceless. Those days don't come back.
No, they don't.
All right. You already know a lot about Sierra Whiskey Company, the folks that bring you Undertack, the revolutionary boxers that have changed the game. Well, they just unveiled a whole bunch of new products for the new year. It's not so new anymore, but the products are. And now they offer socks, joggers, T-shirts, sweatshirts. All are made in America. All embody the same rugged spirit you've come to expect from Undertack. Their socks are made of battle weave wool. What does that mean? Well, it's 5 times stronger than merino. Their ring-spun cotton hoodies and joggers are incredibly comfortable, and every patriot needs the EDC T-shirt 3-pack. Undertack isn't your typical men's boxers. They're made with modal, which is like cotton, just a lot better. It's 50% more moisture-wicking, antibacterial, and way softer. So great. I mean, we used to talk about another company, and I thought those were good until I tried the Undertack. These are fantastic, and you're going to love them. They stay in place. They have a sturdy waistband. They're just really brilliantly designed. Undertack, durable, ultra lightweight, fade resistant, shrink resistant, and if that's not enough, they also donate a portion of their proceeds to organizations actively fighting against human trafficking. Really good people. Undertack.com. That's undertac.com. Undertack.com. You'll get 20% off site-wide when you use my offer code PAT20. Exceptional comfort, twice the guarantee, a fraction of the price. Undertack.com. Undertac.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yes! All right. So do we go to Education Secretary Cardona or wait on that and do more? Yeah, we wait on that.
Yeah, more clips.
And do more of our fabulous audios. And by the way, 888-900-3393 if you'd like to request something special. We'll see if we still have it. A lot of people have been talking about...
to get it on for you.
We'll try to get it on this all-request lunch hour. Good morning, everybody. Maxine Waters. Do you remember this? Absolute classic. This was back when we weren't that familiar with her. I mean, she was starting to become known. But then there was this, and I think this really cemented her place into the pantheon of evil legislators.
Yes.
And guess what this liberal would be all about? This liberal will be all about socializing.
Socializing.
Would be about.
Be about. Yeah, basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
Taking over. And the government running all of your companies.
Yeah.
She said the quiet part.
Yes, she did. That was, if I remember right,
she was talking to oil companies.
It was in Detroit. There was some panel, I think, in Detroit that she was speaking there. Anyway,
Maybe.
it doesn't. I mean, I love how
it was a threat to the oil
realizes.
companies. I wasn't supposed to say that we're going to take control of your corporation and socialize everything. I wasn't supposed to say that. Darn it.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, let me just go ahead and describe what I'm talking about. Then you won't know it's socialism. That's so great. Also, the most downloaded song of all time, the most listened to song of all time. You know what that is, right? With over 8.5 trillion.
I do.
Wow.
Plays.
Is that where we're at right now?
Spotify, 8.5 trillion. Wow. Yeah, I think that combines Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah.
Now I got it.
But
that's why, because when they mention Taylor Swift, they don't mention this because they break it up.
Yeah, they
Taylor's
do, right.
like just Spotify,
right?
Not Spotify and Apple.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah,
and that's an important distinction.
It is.
I don't put all my eggs in one basket. Okay. So you might remember Chris Matthews at MSNBC.
Yes.
Who was talking to... who was the representative he was talking to?
He was talking to somebody
a conservative organization.
Yeah.
And he was asking the guy who he worked for. And he keeps telling him.
Tried to make a point of
I told you who I work for.
Yeah.
Americans for, I don't know.
Prosperity or something.
Prosperity. It might have been.
Yeah. Because
it might have been.
Chris
AFP.
Matthews was upset that Governor Scott Walker had successfully stopped something up there with the teachers, I think, or something. Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Boy.
So for about 3 minutes, Chris Matthews continues to harp on, who's that? Who pays your salary?
Who pays you?
What's that? Who pays your salary? So I wrote a song
like, Chris,
based on that encounter.
Play it for us.
What's that? Who pays your salary? What's that? Who pays? What's that?
Brings a tear to your eye.
It does. It does.
You're welcome.
It does.
You're welcome.
I mean, it does. You can see
One more
why
time.
that is the most downloaded.
You can. You really
Play
can.
it for us.
I don't like to brag, but
What's that? Who pays your salary? What's that? Who pays? What's that?
I mean, it's a toe tapper.
it is.
That's a toe tapper.
The lyrics, I think, are available.
Oh, they are?
If you Google it, yeah. I think they're on Lyric Genius.
What about the chord? Do you do
the
like
chord progression is
yeah.
just so complex that they dared not even put it down. They didn't want to embarrass people with my complex chord progression.
People have tried, actually, to copy it. They can't.
They've tried.
They can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah, they can't do it. So there you go.
Sad.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Not for you, though, because the song is
Not
huge.
for me. Also, this takes us back a ways. This is from, I don't know, this might be one of our oldest clips that we have in the machine. Gaddafi the American. He was the spokesman for Al-Qaeda. Remember this?
He's long gone. I mean,
we killed him.
We lost him, yeah.
We lost him. We lost him. On purpose, but we lost him. They thought they killed him once, and then it turned up he popped up somewhere else, and we killed him that time. So we did get the job done.
Not now.
So
We're
you don't
done
hear
playing whack-a-mole with you, Gaddafi. Okay?
Right. So you don't hear from this guy anymore, but he had a serious warning for us years ago.
Pull every last one of your soldiers, spies, security advisors, trainers, attachés, and so on, out of every Muslim land from Afghanistan to Zanzibar. Should so much as one single American soldier or spy remain on Islamic soil,
or any of your hairdressers or interior decorators, if any of them remain on Islamic soil, I will give you such a hit.
Oh, no.
I've got my fanny pack with me. And I'm just warning you right now. Remove your hairdressers. We've got our own here. And you don't need to be taking business from us. You don't need that.
It shall be considered sufficient justification for us to continue our defensive jihad against your nation and people.
Right, so
I will say that.
Put that in your pipe and
this is kind
smoke it.
This is kind of like the John Kerry clip.
Yeah. Which one? The Israel one.
Yeah.
Israel.
I will say that I am so disappointed when I hear the actual clip.
Yeah.
Because you're so much better. I listened to.
He's pretty good himself,
I know,
if you remember correctly. Come on,
we
now.
shouted out across that chasm. Israel high, Israel lives.
Okay, so I exaggerated a bit, but the chasm is unbelievable.
It makes me smile more hearing your version than it does. I'm disappointed when I hear them. I'm like, no, that's not as good.
That's not right. Say it right.
Where's your
We shouted out across that chasm.
The chasm.
Israel high, Israel lives.
You do see he starts into the
yes, he does.
Hebrew sort of pronunciation, though, which is great.
The food stocks. That clip too. Oh my gosh! Yeah, the food stocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got.
That's another clip that I'm disappointed with a lot of times.
Seriously?
Because I love his clip, but you're better.
Okay.
They had personally raped, cut off ears, cut off heads, taped wires from portable telephones to human genitals and turned up the power. Cut off limbs, blown up bodies, randomly shot at civilians, razed villages in a fashion reminiscent of Genghis Khan, shot cattle and dogs for fun, poisoned food stocks, and generally ravaged the countryside of South Vietnam.
But let me tell you this. Look how the countryside of South Vietnam was dressed. It deserved to be ravaged.
Asking for it.
That was awesome. He is such a dirtbag.
And, by the way, he wasn't there at the time. He got that third hand from people who weren't even in Vietnam.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
It's a clip show today, at least in part. We're also trying to handle what's really going on, but the main focus that we want to present to you today are the best audio clips of all time. And if you've got any suggestions for us, you can tweet us. You can call us, 888-900-3393. Got this tweet from Timothy Lanham. Are they recycling tents from the pro-Palestinian protests for the new illegal aliens? Yes, and shipping them directly to Denver. From Giblets. Alec Baldwin seems like the type of guy that always calls his mommy. Probably. Kenneth Parker, what radio station are we listening to? Just a request. Ribbit.
1099 is your number one hit station with the best variety from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, today, and tomorrow.
Yeah.
With the most music, the least talk, and none of that sleepy elevator music.
Plus,
wake up with the Flap Jackson Morning Show in the morning on the Big Frog 1099.
Not to mention,
every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning.
Bring it home.
Excellent.
Nice.
Also, to finish up, from Pac OD, Pat's audio clip machine. We lost it. That's not funny.
Yeah.
That's true. We lost it. We did. And that was a grave loss a couple of years ago. We mourn it to this day. Let me tell you about the proven Oxy technology that quickly destroys viruses and odors and mold in your home. Cleans the air in your house of allergy-causing particles. You use it at home. You can use it at work. You can use it in your car, wherever. Freshens your home, gets rid of any odor, litter box odor, trash cans, cigarette smoke, dirty diapers, cooking smells, lots more. Thousands of 5-star reviews. You know this really works. It is the Eden Pure Thunderstorm. There are no filters. I saw it in your eyes. You were really wondering because you're thinking, okay, yeah, that sounds really good. But how hard is it to maintain?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Probably a special size filter I have to purchase every week.
No, it doesn't use a filter.
Wow.
Pop up the plug, stick it in the wall, and turn it on. That's your complicated 3-step process right there. EdenPureDeals.com is where you go and use the promo code PAT3 to save $200. That's 3 Thunderstorm air purifiers for under $200 at Eden, EDEN, EdenPureDeals.com.
Beware, Pat Gray is unleashed.
All right, this is something we had a serious amount of fun with when it was spoken the first time years ago. I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years ago from Alex Jones. I'm not going to play the entire clip of making fun of it because we've struck a new relationship with Alex, kind of.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we had him on. He was very pleasant.
Yes, he was.
Very generous with his time, so it was great. But there was a time when he was hanging out with Charlie Sheen during Charlie Sheen's controversies, and there were a lot of them. Remember
we
that?
have talked about it a few times.
Yeah, we mentioned it, and we mentioned it because of this line in that particular conversation that went a little something like this.
Well, you know what? I've seen your hernia.
That's what he said to Charlie Sheen. You know what? I've seen your hernia.
And
okay.
Well, you know what? I've seen your hernia.
All right.
I bet that line has never been spoken in the history of the world.
I think that was the only time, yeah.
You know, I've seen your hernia.
Well, on the air.
On the air.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
On the air.
The only time broadcast to an audience.
For sure.
That somebody had seen another man's hernia while they were working out.
Many of us have seen other men hernias.
Have we?
Hold on a second.
I can honestly say I haven't.
Let's hear all of the times that you've seen another man's hernia.
As an athletically overweight man, exercising, exercising and eating right, and going to gyms. Right. Going to gyms and places of exercise. There have been times when I've seen other men's hernias. Absolutely.
Right.
Places of
they
exercise.
Are visible then.
Yeah.
You know, those people that go to places of exercise call them gyms, but I can see why it may not roll off your particular tongue.
I can't see how it doesn't roll off your tongue when you spend so much time there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised.
Thank you.
Actually, that's really weird.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got a number of requests for the Casey Kasem Classic when he's recording.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously recording American Top 40, and he gets to this. He gets to the long distance dedication, which he did every week a couple of times during the show, and gets really hacked off about it, and he'll explain why.
Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. Oh, no. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again.
Okay, yeah, start again.
Coming out of the record. Play the record, okay?
Play the record, sure.
Please.
That was polite.
Mm-hmm. See, when you come out of those up-tempo damn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions.
I hear you, man.
And then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but damn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want to... damn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a damn death dedication.
Okay.
Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Last damn time, I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a damn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
I mean, he's right to be irritated.
That's awesome.
You know?
He's really pissed about the pictures. Yeah, he's really pissed about the pictures. So Don's on the phone, and I'm going to bitch about this, but I want to know about the pictures. Yeah. Is Don on the phone? Don's always listening to the broadcast.
Yeah, of course. Sure. He's always listening to the recording of the broadcast?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
He didn't have time to be there, but he just calls in and listens.
Oh, nice.
You remember we used to have those?
Yeah, we did.
The
listen line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I when I lived in Houston and the Falcons obviously were blacked out and I couldn't get to a sports bar, I would call the
listen line.
My old employer in Atlanta, WGST, the flagship station of the Falcons, and they would just put me on hold for 3 hours, and I'd walk around listening to the game, man.
Plus, that's when there was long distance fees. Right? Was it a toll free?
No. I think on the weekends I had free calling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, that's the deal I used to have.
Free calling.
Remember that, man? I mean, when I was in college, I remember paying 25 cents a minute. And when you're dating someone that lives in California and you live in Nebraska and you're on the phone that much,
that's not good.
It adds up, I guess.
It adds up.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I remember in Tampa Bay, it was a big deal because if you lived in Pinellas County across the bay, and Tampa is in Hillsborough County, they used to charge 25 cents to call from Tampa to St. Pete or St. Pete to Tampa.
Yes.
And people were, they'd charge you a quarter for that call.
Just 1 quarter.
Yeah, just a quarter for that call.
But it was the same metro area.
But it was a big deal when they said, you know what, we're not going to charge you that quarter anymore. And people were like, it's about freaking time.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, those things have changed.
And no doubt about that.
I mean, there's a whole generation of people that don't even understand this discussion.
Free nights.
What?
Yeah, free nights and weekends.
Save money on your long distance calls. I mean,
you gotta love deregulation.
Remember when they used to change your long distance carrier without your authorization, and you'd get so pissed off about it?
Yeah,
that was illegal, and finally, all of that stuff done away with.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had family members make a fortune off those long distance calling plans and off pay phones and companies that had pay phones. They don't even. I mean, airports have maybe one payphone. Remember that wall? They used to have a bank of those payphones in the airport. That's just a hallway.
Yeah. And you used to actually not own your phone at your house, technically, right? Didn't the phone company?
That was a long time ago. I mean, when my mother worked for Michigan Bell, I can remember going into the building where she worked to make long distance calls because she could call there for free.
Oh, nice.
That's weird that your mom worked for Michigan Bell. My dad worked for Mountain Bell. How about
that? My mom
that?
worked for Michigan Bell for a long time.
I guess we were just destined to work together.
I guess so.
Hold on a second. I have this card. I swear it's been in my wallet for probably right at 30 years now.
Oh, wow.
I wrote on it in Sharpie. It's an AT&T prepaid phone card.
All right.
It came with 60 minutes. Now, on the back, it says 26 minutes that I wrote in Sharpie. I think we should try this and see, does it still work?
You should.
I have not probably used this since I was in college, and I'm old.
You should try it. So, that'd be fun.
Give it to me, and we'll try it.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
All right. That's great. But back to poor Casey.
Poor Casey.
Yes. He sounded so nice on the air that this
was unimaginable.
Shocked people out of their minds. They're like, what? Somebody's faking that. That's a sound-alike. Was it CGI? Yeah, not in those days it wasn't.
No, it was not.
No, sir.
So hold on now. Where did this get traction? Because it was released before the internet.
Yeah, it was.
So I wonder, were just people passing around this cassette tape underground?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, our radio guys had it, right?
Yep.
I mean, radio stations had radio people had it because it was so great.
Right.
That he is human. He's one of us.
But program directors didn't want you to play it if you ran American Top 40 on the weekends because it tainted Casey a little bit.
Not in my eyes, but it did to most of the people, that's for sure.
This would be a really good time for him because he was actually Palestinian, and I think he'd be a big-time supporter.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would shock a lot of people, too. All right, but now, on with the countdown. Then the stupid long-distance dedication.
Yeah.
This goes out to a man whose dog named Snuggles just died. Your dog is Snuggled? But he was right about the fact you can't come out of Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin into a dead dog.
Do this all my time.
That doesn't work very well. So they should know better and place it somewhere else in the show. But speaking of shows that go off the rails, we had that instance with listener Judy.
Yeah.
About 7 years ago? How long ago was this?
So that was on March 1st, 2019.
Wow.
So when people...
Not as long ago as I thought.
Yeah, so if people hear us say something like Judy or whatever, we're trying to say that you're someone who takes everything literally.
Yeah.
And so
you don't get the sarcasm.
The sarcasm of the show. I mean, we're just seeped in it. It's right there behind Jeffy. Fresh sarcasm served daily.
There you go.
So she calls up on March 1st, 2019, and this is how that went.
Okay. Judy in Pennsylvania. You're on the Blaze. Hi.
Pat, I would like you to be legitimized with Jesus Christ today.
What?
Amen.
I would like you to tell what you really mean is the truth. When I woke up out of my sleep with the TV on, to talk all the time about how wonderful Glenn Beck was and Pat Gray was, that they led such a strong leadership against abortion. They were totally against all types of abortion. All the men and women on the Blaze were. And then to hear you say in the middle of the night that your own buddy Glenn Beck was a hypocrite, and you were a hypocrite. When you were on the Fox News, when he worked at Fox before the Blaze, when my husband, who died from Agent Orange, and I was such a great fan of Glenn Beck, and now is he to hear in the afterlife?
Well, wait a minute. Okay, wait. I mean, you're going a million different places here, and I don't even know what the allegation is. What are you saying?
You were saying that Glenn Beck was part of the Obama administration.
Yeah,
and that he never meant any of that.
Pause it for a second. No, that's melding together.
It sure is.
Two fabulous sound clips, because one of them was the accusation from Alex Jones about this being a CIA substation.
Yeah, and part of the Obama administration.
And we were obviously being sarcastic about that, and so she thought it was all serious.
Yeah.
And remember on the recent Overtime where you interviewed Alex Jones and asked him about that, his response was, I was probably drunk.
Right.
When I said that. Sorry.
Right. All right, but here's the rest of Judy. Jones was saying, it's a lie. It's not true.
But you didn't say it last night.
I didn't say it last night. Well, I wasn't on last night. It was yesterday.
Well, that was the middle of the night program.
Okay. The replay, you're hearing the replay. Yeah.
I heard the replay. I didn't hear it the first time. But don't you understand? Nobody explained it. It sounded like everyone there were hypocrites. And I know what you stand for. Tell the truth about it.
We are telling the truth. It's Alex Jones is not telling the truth about Glenn Beck and being part with. See, we were being facetious. Perhaps you didn't pick up on that.
Well, she was listening in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I mean
let's give her a little bit of a.
So appreciate the call, though.
My goodness.
Awesome.
That's amazing. That's my first time listening to that.
Oh, really?
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, yeah.
We miss Judy. I don't know if that turned her off from the show.
I don't know either.
Or if she's still there. But Judy, if you're there, call us right now.
Yes.
888-900-3393.
But if it's the middle of the night, go back to bed and call us on Monday.
Right. You know, Mother's Day, again, Sunday, we're honoring mothers by launching the Blaze Baby Shower in support of the Ministry of Preborn. Preborn's network of clinics exists exclusively to offer love, life, and support to pregnant women who are feeling scared and alone and have been pressured to make that ultimate choice, one that takes the life of a baby. Really sad. But that will also take a piece of the mother's heart. When a distressed mother comes to Preborn, she's welcomed with open arms, and she's offered a free ultrasound to see and hear the precious life inside of her. And the majority of the time, once that happens, she'll choose life for her baby, and then Preborn goes into action to help that mother for the next 2 years, providing support, love, services, diapers, baby formula, all of that kind of stuff. The things that she's going to need to raise that child. One ultrasound is just $28. 5 ultrasounds, $140, but every penny goes toward loving mothers and babies as well. And when you become a monthly sponsor, you'll get pictures and stories of the lives you helped saved. So to get involved, just dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome. A few tweets here. Mark Watkins asks. Tweets. Mark does something. I don't know how to describe it.
Does something.
Please tell me I didn't miss the poetry reading by Al Gore.
Oh.
All right, Mark, you didn't miss the poetry reading by Al Gore. In fact, here it is now.
One thin September soon, a floating continent disappears in midnight sun. Vapors rise as fever settles on an acid sea. Neptune's bones dissolve. Snow glides from the mountain. Ice fathers floods for a season. Hard rain comes quickly. Then dirt is parched. Kindling is placed in the forest for the lightning celebration. Unknown creatures take their leave unmourned. Horsemen ready their stirrups.
Wow.
Passion seeks heroes and friends. The bell of the city on the hill is rung. The shepherd cries.
He cries.
The hour of choosing has arrived. Here are your tools.
Here are your tools. And by the way, I am a tool. Just so you know that. Wow.
I'm so glad you read that. I'm very happy.
Thanks for asking me.
I'm happy to hear it in your voice.
Thank you.
Let's go have sex.
That's one of my favorite parts. Is the end.
What?
That's one of my favorite parts. Is the end.
I love that. Is it? It's Harry. No, it's Smith. Harry Smith.
Yeah.
Harry Smith is just so in love at that moment.
He sure is. Yeah.
Wow.
Al Gore could have had his way with it right there.
Right there. Right there. Right over there.
Uh-huh.
And right there.
Well, I do have
over there.
A chakra that needs releasing, Harry.
It's my third chakra. Wasn't it the third? I don't know. Whatever the chakra situation. Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Also, Jessica QD, Biden telling us how clean and well-spoken for a black man Barack Obama was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think we do, in fact.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African-American.
There hasn't been
who's articulate and bright.
Can you believe this?
And clean, nice-looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
That's a storybook,
man.
Wow.
That doesn't happen.
That clip he still has his wits about him. There.
Yeah.
I mean,
big difference, right?
A huge difference. And he's still agonizing.
He's still an a-hole. He's still a moron. That part has not changed. And a racist. Yeah. I don't even know. Seriously, how did his political career not end then and there?
I don't know.
That very day. What was that? 2007, 2008?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
And that was, 20 years after he plagiarized a speech, got him kicked out of the 88 election cycle.
Oh, right.
I mean, this guy is garbage.
The worst.
And that was after What's-His-Face on Nightline broke down all his lies about being, top of his class, where he was, I went to law, I'm smarter than you.
Got 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's
incredible.
It's almost as if he's still a liar,
right?
A cheat, and a racist.
It's almost like that.
Yeah. Almost.
But, of course,
I asked my mom if there's a word for this, and she said there is.
There is.
Hypocrisy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hypocrisy, racist, douchebag. There's a lot of words for this.
I'm landing on douchebag.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Gen X kid tweets, 3,000-year-old mummy still around?
Oh, yeah.
If not, just any old Biden clip will do.
No kidding.
One in the same.
Joe, is that you?
If you missed that story originally, they found this old mummy, and they said, judging by its vocal cords, this is what its voice sounded like.
Yeah, they reconstructed the larynx, right?
Yeah.
And Keith, I believe you have the AT&T calling card.
Oh, do we want to see if there's... Let's find out if...
Still have minutes left?
Fourth.
Let's see.
Because you believe you have 26 minutes left.
26 minutes. AT&T. Oh, gosh.
Para español, marque dos.
Okay,
Please enter your card number.
All right, here we go.
All right.
2,
Oh, they still have, at least they still have the announcement.
Yeah. Enter the code.
Again, 20, 30 years ago?
The number entered is not valid.
No.
Please enter your card number.
What?
Discontinued.
No, you owe me. AT&T.
How many minutes do you have left?
26.
Your call cannot be completed.
What a ripoff.
For further assistance,
What a
visit
ripoff.
Lawsuit. I'm not letting this go.
Lawsuit.
I'm calling them. This is not going to sit. And it hung up on me.
Wow.
What else do you want to know that doesn't work?
Wow. Well, he wants to speak to
26 minutes back.
Speak to a representative about being cheated out of 26
Let me ask you a
minutes.
question. Do you still have the receipt for the card?
There you go. Yep.
Maybe.
Probably. It's
I don't
Keith.
know.
It
I
is
bet
Keith.
he does.
Yeah.
I bet he does.
It's right next to his sticky notes.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't count, though. You writing it down on a Post-it note doesn't count.
You know what? This is not going to stand. I'm owed 26 minutes.
Nor should it. Nor should it stand.
Thank you. I will be continuing this fight on my Twitter account.
Good. As well you should. All right. We've got more of the best clips of all time, the best audio clips. We actually got a request for a clip that's kind of a bit that I did in the past, but we've played it a few times on Overtime and maybe even on the actual show. The phone call that I made reciting the lyrics of Jules' song Hands.
Yeah. It's a good bit.
My thing was, okay, nobody talks in real life the way they sing. And to prove it, I called people and just recited her lyrics. And didn't make a lot of sense to them. We'll get into that, play that for you. Coming up next.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. It's our Friday Best of Clips show. 888-900-3393. You have one in mind we haven't played yet. Let's first go to Ina in Alabama. Hey, Ina, you're on the Blaze.
There you
That's
go.
how you do it.
There you go.
That's how
congratulations.
you do it.
I was ready to hang up on her, but she did it.
Get your money for nothing and your chicks for free. And scream bingo as soon as we go to you. All right. Tell us where your bingo occurred, Ina.
It's across the top line.
Yes.
It's over there.
Yeah.
He quotes Nana.
All right.
That CGI.
Indeed.
Avocados from Mexico.
Okay. And
Jesse says athletically overweight.
You did it.
There you go.
You nailed it.
Congratulations.
All right. Thanks, Ina. Appreciate it. You got the $30 worth of merchandise from patgrayshop.com. Also, the 12 cookies from Keksi. Keksi.com. Keksi. Huge. And a phenomenal prize package worth tens of thousands of dollars. Nobody can even estimate.
You can't.
It's worth so much. They call it priceless because you just can't put a price on it.
So they don't have to pay taxes on this, do
No, they don't. No, somehow we're
okay. Good.
We got an agreement with the IRS there that we
exempt.
worked it
We're
out.
exempt.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
exempt.
so don't worry about it. I know when they come knocking.
You know why? Because this is almost like a church service every day, don't you think?
Amen.
And so yeah, we're
Hallelujah.
right. All right, let's go to Melissa in South Carolina. Hey, Melissa, you're on the Blaze.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for asking. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. We've been concerned about that. Go ahead.
I was so concerned, and thank you for your concern.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So-
Happy to do it.
So your bit that you do with the hands, it kills me every time. Like, it will make me laugh all day.
All
so
right.
if you can play that for me, it will really make my Friday.
We will do just that.
Hey, we're going to try
Thanks
to
a
get
lot,
it on
Melissa.
for you, Melissa. Thanks for calling.
going to try to get it on for you. How many times have you uttered those stupid, meaningless words in your career? I mean, if I had $1 for every time, I'd be a multi-millionaire.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get that on for you.
Thanks a lot. We'll try to get it on for
And
you.
do you really try, or you just say
No,
that?
you can't.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
you can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
Well,
no
if it's coming up on rotation, hey, I'll try to get it on for you. I think I might have it coming up in a couple of songs.
If you're lucky, what they want to hear is probably something popular, and it's in hot rotation. You're going to play it in an hour and a half anyway. But sometimes it's sooner than that. Sometimes it's never.
But the caller walks away thinking, that song's playing because of me.
That's right.
Because of me.
That's
and
right.
it is. It is.
And
it is.
You and everybody else listening. So yes, it's because of you. Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
Because really, if you're a decent radio station, you can't play requests. You can't allow the listeners to
unless
program
it's a
the radio
specific
station.
request show,
And sometimes
which we have been a part of.
Usually those happen at
shows.
night or at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Which is why we do the lunchtime hour request. Free day from noon to 1 here.
We've got our lunch hour office party going on over there at Mabel's Real Estate. Today we delivered lunch to Mabel. Make sure you say hi to them as they're out trying to sell their homes.
Plus, on Saturday, we're going to be out at the Toyota dealership giving away free hot dogs. Come buy a car and have a hot dog. Okay, yes, I'm going to come down to the dealership for a hot dog, and then just on impulse, I'm going to buy a Toyota.
I'm going to get a bumper sticker, and I'm buying a car.
I love it.
Your favorite station in your metropolitan area.
Yeah.
The Big Frog 109.9.
There it is. There it is. Playing the Jewel bit. This was, I just was fascinated by lyrics and how different they are from real life, from when you're actually talking to people. And that's kind of been a thing for a while in my head because I've been in this stupid business since the dawn of time. And so it's kind of in my head all the time. And when the Jewel song came out, I thought, I'm going to just call people and recite these lyrics and see what happens. And here it is.
Hello?
Hi. I just wanted to let you know that my hands are small, I know. But they're not yours, they are my own. And I will not be broken.
Hey, this is 7-Eleven store.
Right.
So, what did you need?
I just needed to let you know that, my hands are small, I know. But they're not yours. They are my own. And I will not be broken. All right?
Okay.
The door in the background's perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Click.
All right.
Okay.
I'll try a couple more.
Body Haven.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. I just wanted to call and let you know that my hands are small, I know, but they're not yours. They are my own.
What are you talking about?
And I will not be broken. I'm talking about my hands. They're small.
Do you have the right number?
Yeah, I think so. I was calling you to let you know that my hands are small. I know, but they're not yours. They are my own, and I will not be broken.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Just one more. Somebody's got to catch on, right?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Can I tell you something? My hands are small, I know. But they're not yours. They are my own. And I will not be broken. Okay?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. But I just wanted to share that with you. That my hands are small. I know, but they're not yours. They are my own. And I will not be broken.
What in the hell is the nature of this phone call?
I just wanted to share that with you.
Shared with you.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's something I feel strongly about.
And what would that be?
That my hands are small. I know. But they're not yours. They are my own. And I will not be broken.
I'm hanging out because I'm extremely confused and bewildered.
All right.
Me too. Can you imagine being on the receiving end of that?
outstanding.
What would you say to the psycho who's just reciting Jewel lyrics to you? You wouldn't know where to go with that.
No, you wouldn't. But hopefully, if someone were to call you, you would say, "Why are you reciting Jewel's song lyrics to me?"
I would say that. I do believe.
Or if you think quick enough on your feet, maybe you just recite Jewel lyrics back.
Yeah. Right. All right. Got to tell you about Patriot Mobile. For 10 years, they've been America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They put their money where their mouth is. They are really active for conservative causes. Glenn and the team have been great supporters of this show. One of the reasons we're proud to partner with them. But the other thing is because they do something about the situations that are happening in our country. They offer dependable nationwide coverage, too. They give you the ability to access all 3 major networks. So that means when you switch, you get the same coverage you're accustomed to. But you're not funding the left now. And a lot of times, in order to align your values with a company, it requires some kind of compromise in quality. That is not the case with Patriot Mobile. You're sending the message that you support free speech, religious freedom, sanctity of life, the Second Amendment, and our military and first responders, and you're getting great service, too. It's a 100% U.S.-based customer service team that makes switching easy. You can keep your number if you want, or you could change it, and you can keep your phone or change it. Either way, they'll help you find the best plan to fit your needs. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call 972-PATRIOT, and you'll get free activation when you use the offer code PAT. Join me. Make the switch today. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, we have some issues. We're gonna get back to the clips that you love, but we want to cover this JFK Jr. situation.
RFK, yep.
RFK.
Mm-hmm.
I did it again.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
JFK's dead.
Right. RFK is not.
Going on 70 years now.
Keith's boy.
Okay, it's 60.
RFK.
Right,
That's
RFK.
his boy.
RFK Jr. Keith loves him. It's his boy.
Oh, my gosh.
Wants to marry him.
Yeah,
he's going to vote for him.
He is going to vote
Yeah,
for him.
he's voting for him. There's no question about it. But
even with a dead worm in his brain.
I was just going to say that.
We didn't even talk about that. He had
dead
a
worm
in his brain, ate part of his brain,
Which makes you
died.
like him even more, I guess.
Boy, it might actually explain what's been happening in the last 24 hours with him.
Right?
So let's play this real quick. His vice presidential candidate, Nicole Shanahan, this is a week ago, her talking about RFK's stance on abortion, followed by RFK talking about RFK's stance on abortion back in August of last year at the Iowa State Fair. Let's play that clip, please.
My understanding is that he absolutely believes in limits on abortion, and we've talked about this.
You would cap it at 15 weeks?
Yes.
Or 21 weeks?
21?
Yeah.
Yes.
3 months.
He
says
you would
3
sign a federal
months.
cap on that.
He walked that back there.
Yes, I would. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
so he's got limits there.
Yeah, he'll limit it at 3 months.
Okay.
For abortion. Then let's play yesterday's clip. RFK still talking about abortion. His timing's a little different now, I think.
All right.
But so in other words, keeping it as is with Roe versus Wade having been overturned and leaving it up to the states to determine if and when a woman can have an abortion?
No, I wouldn't leave it to the states.
You wouldn't, right.
I would.
You would say completely, it's up to the woman.
My belief is we should leave it to the woman. We shouldn't have government involved.
Even if it's full term?
Even if it's full term.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. And I think.
Okay.
Because it wasn't long after he said.
How many months is full term, Pat?
That's 9.
So
That's
9 months. So if you're at the hospital,
unless you're an elephant,
it's your due date and it's time to give birth, and you're like, hey, you know what? I don't really want to go through this whole birthing process. Can you guys just go ahead and get in there and get this thing out of me, please? He's fine with that now. That's 9 months. That's a little different than his original answer of 3 months.
Even if it's full term.
And they walked, even that 3 month one, his people, not long after that Iowa cut, they walked it back.
They sure did.
Right, almost immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now it's up to, just don't worry about it. Just kill it. Just kill it.
Right. It's like, okay. I mean, that is murder. Period. And so I had a theory that I shared on Twitter yesterday that, he's mad at the Democrat Party for ignoring his candidacy. And so now he's just going to go full on leftist. every policy that he's ever had in the past that people have been sharing. Look what he said about Glenn Beck. Look what he has said about the environment and fracking and NRA and fill in the blank and red states. All that stuff, my theory is that's all you're going to hear from him for the rest of the campaign, because now he is just going to go and try to defeat Joe Biden and take support away from the left, which is fine with me. And then I also said he also wanted a position in Trump's campaign, and this audience was quick to say, I don't think Trump is going to be wanting to go to RFK anymore. That ship has sailed, and I think you're absolutely right, especially after Trump made a video last night just completely ripping RFK. So I don't know what he's doing now. He's just going to watch it burn, I guess. But, boy, there you go. So
radical.
He will definitely be taking more votes from Biden, I think, if he continues on that trajectory.
So does this make you
oh, dear God. Here we go.
Less in favor of him than you were before? Or
so you won't push the button as hard for him now? Is that what you're saying, Keith?
I never said that I'm voting for the man. And I don't know. I cannot wait until see who Trump picks for VP.
Yeah.
I'd like to see who the Libertarian Party nominates, but this guy here.
You know who's the lead candidate for that right now in everybody's mind?
Bergmentum.
And the online voting and betting and all that? Doug Burgum.
Bergmentum.
If you pick Doug Burgum, come on.
No
you
way.
You can't. Right? You can't. Don't do it.
He doesn't.
Don't
he
do
doesn't.
it, Donald.
He doesn't measure up to what Donald Trump needs from a vice president. He maybe measures up. But he doesn't look.
He adds nothing.
He doesn't look
to
like
the ticket.
what Donald
I honestly
Trump
think.
wants.
Okay, who do you guys think is more unstoppable as a ticket? Trump DeSantis or Trump and Tulsi?
DeSantis, for me.
But DeSantis is not going to do that.
Tulsi Gabbard will come up against all kinds of flack, like, "Hey, wasn't it you that supported Bernie Sanders a couple of years ago? How are you now on the ticket with Donald Trump? How did that happen?" That would be
right.
Boy, I tell you what would really be a great ticket. Follow me here. Trump Burgum. You like that?
No,
exactly.
Covered that.
Exactly. Nobody is clamoring for that.
No,
don't do it, man.
I don't know why that. I don't even know why that's coming up. Really.
I don't either.
I don't understand it.
He's got 4-1 odds on the betting pools. 4-1,
and that's the top right now.
Yep.
That cannot happen.
Yep. I'm trying to think who the other one was. There were two people at 4-1 odds.
Tim Scott, right?
Tim Scott.
Oh, yeah, Tim Scott.
Tim Scott.
Tim Scott adds some stuff to the ticket, though.
I don't think.
I'm not a big Tim Scott fan, but
not either.
He'd be better than Doug Burgum.
Yes, he would be.
A lot of people, when he was getting some high marks at the debates early on, Burgum, people in North Dakota were saying, check his relationship with Bill Gates.
Doug Burgum's?
Yeah.
No, really?
I don't know a lot there, but anybody with a relationship with Bill Gates.
They got a billionaire buddy party going on?
Probably.
Okay,
Plus, he lives, that's the state right next door to the gravel pit state.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know that you want any of that.
Yeah. You don't want none of this.
It rubs off, man.
Yeah.
Does it?
All right. Making sure you have enough fruits and vegetables in your diet, let's face it, it's impossible to follow the FDA recommendations or whoever it is that's telling you to get 3 servings per meal or whatever.
It's difficult.
It's impossible.
Not impossible, Pat.
For me, it's impossible. I can't eat that stuff. I can eat the fruit. I can't eat the vegetables. So, balance of nature comes in super handy for me. But since I don't know that anybody gets the recommended dose. So you take these, and they're fantastic. And it gives you the energy, gives you the nutrition you need. And inflation has just increased the cost of fruits and vegetables like crazy. I mean, how about that girl that paid $7 for one apple last week or the week before? $7 for an apple? Wow. Craziness. But Balance of Nature has a proprietary blend of 31 fruits and vegetables. They come in easy-to-swallow capsules, and it will give your body what it needs to be nourished. Imagine trying to eat 31 different kinds of produce in a single day. It's what you're getting, though, with Balance of Nature fruits and vegetables. When you go to balanceofnature.com, you'll get 35% off plus $10 off any additional sets with your first order as a preferred customer by using my discount code PAT. That's limited to 5 sets, but you'll save a ton of money while getting the fruits and vegetables you need in your diet. So go to balanceofnature.com, use the promo code PAT, and get 35% off. Balanceofnature.com.
That gray is unleashed.
Let's go quick to Don in Massachusetts. Hey, Don, you're on the Blaze.
Good morning.
Morning.
So Don Lemon, a long time ago, they were talking about a missing Malaysia airliner, and he mentioned a black hole.
Oh.
And it kind of ties in with the guy you had on a couple of weeks ago talking about wormholes and such. Maybe he was right.
Okay. I'd forgotten about that. Appreciate it. Thanks, Don.
Yeah, me too.
Here it is, what Don Lemon said about the black hole.
Fully that we don't really understand. A lot of people have been asking about that, about black holes and on and on and on, and all of these conspiracy theories. Let's look at this. Noah says, what else can you think about? Black hole, Bermuda Triangle. And then Deji says, just like the movie Lost. And, of course, they're also referencing the Twilight Zone, which has a very similar plot. That's what people are saying. I know it's preposterous, but is it preposterous, you think, Mary?
Well, it is. A black hole is about, a small black hole would suck in our entire universe, so we know it's not that. Bermuda Triangle is often weather, and Lost is a
Pause it for a
TV
second.
show. So I think I always like.
She's right about the Lost thing. It's a TV show.
Say that.
And second, a small black hole would not suck in the entire universe. We have black holes, and some of them are incredibly large, and they've not yet sucked in the universe. However,
They're getting to it, though.
a black hole on Earth would probably suck the Earth in, and that's why it's not a black hole. But I think what our guy was alleging, what was his name again?
Ashton Forbes.
Ashton. What?
Forbes.
Ashton Forbes. Really interesting. He was proposing not a black hole, but a wormhole, which is a little bit different.
That we created.
Yeah.
You know.
That we created.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much feedback. Every time I see somebody who knows who I am or knows me or is in my family or is a friend, that's what they're talking about. That's what they ask about.
Pat,
do you believe it? Do you believe the guy?
It is
at my church.
It's everywhere.
I'm getting that.
Really?
They're
yeah.
like,
I mean, it's everywhere.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is my...
People are fascinated, and they should be.
The top rung of conspiracy theories now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And my answer to them is, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do I know? I mean, it looks fascinating. It sounds fascinating. It is fascinating.
Yes, it is.
Is it true? Can we have progressed that far? I don't know. It's unlikely, but it's possible.
I'd like to believe it.
Based on what he presented to us, I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Space that connects us all.
And then there's that deep thinking right there that you can't argue with.
You cannot argue with that.
But I want it to be true so much that that's probably tainting the way I feel about it a little bit. Because my son-in-law said, no way. There's no way we have that technology. And I mean, that's probably a standard response to something like that. If you haven't, and he hasn't, seen the whole interview. When the guy lays it out, he lays it out so intelligently and logically.
Why is it so unthinkable?
Well, because it's so
today's
advanced.
World.
So advanced for us.
I don't know. I feel
but
like
we've seen it in movies, though, so it shouldn't be
it
that
isn't unthinkable. Yeah.
I mean, you ever seen the Philadelphia experiment?
Thank you. I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's what that's about. And it was a real thing. I don't know that the ship disappeared and wound up in, 1984 or whenever that movie was made. But do we have that technology? I don't know.
Well,
did we develop it ourselves? Did we reverse engineer something from UFO technology that we got our hands on? That might make it more likely.
Yes.
The Philadelphia experiment, that was 1943-ish, I think. It was sometime during World War II. And if you're not familiar, the U.S. Navy was trying to make a ship be invisible.
Right.
And some of the accounts from people that were aboard that ship, some bad things happened to them. And in fact, I'm really brushing up on Tesla right now. He was involved with that, and he walked away.
Nikola Tesla?
Yeah, and he walked away because he was a little concerned that this was going to be a little bit too dangerous. And so there's a
interesting.
Philadelphia experiment is so worth your time getting to learn about.
It's interesting. You at least look it up, Google it,
but then you
and
just
read
said
up on it.
Something that is in the back of my mind as I'm reading catching up on all this stuff right now. You said, what is our technology now? We're 80 years removed from that experiment.
Right.
That's why I can't believe that it's so.
Right.
I mean, it isn't unthinkable to me.
It's not unthinkable because people have thought it.
Yeah.
So by very definition, it's not unthinkable.
Thank you.
We got there.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I just want to make that clear. It is not unthinkable.
That's right.
Do we have
Ashton has thought it. So have I now.
And what's his face was talking about black holes.
Millions of people
he definitely
have now
thinks
thought
about
it.
black holes. But anyway, that's something else.
Do we want to finish with a clip?
Yeah.
Anything come to mind over there? George, you got any George Bush? Fool me once, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
Bush.
humans and
Let's
fish.
see. Yeah, I could probably.
First, let me make it very clear: poor people aren't necessarily killers.
Killers, or probably are.
Just because you happen to be not rich doesn't mean you're willing to kill.
But you probably are. You probably are, is what I'm saying.
That's awesome.
Okay, but it doesn't necessarily mean there are some poor people who haven't killed, but they will eventually.
Fool me once. Shame on you.
You fooled me, but
you fool me, we can't get fooled again.
As bad as he is. That was.
Yeah, I miss him like a dad.
Man.
Well, we got the Northern Lights dipping down really far into the U.S. this weekend.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Not quite to Texas, unfortunately, but you might see them where you are. All right, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.